The universe is set up like an algorithm, or if I were to say this more accurately, I would say the algorithm is set up to mimic the universe. The universe is the omnipotent, infinitely intelligent mind of God. The algorithm is artificial intelligence, but its premise is working in a very similar way to the way the universe works. And that's why I want to share this information with you today, and why I want you to understand it, because if you do, a light is going to go on inside your head, and you're going to go, oh, that is how I speak to the universe. Now I get it. I've got a clearer picture. You see, there's a reason why we look at the algorithm and we say things like, the algorithm gets to choose what I do, what I see, what information I receive. The algorithm decides, because it really does. The algorithm decides, though, based on your interaction with it. Your interaction with the algorithm determines what it shows you, but here's the thing, it doesn't care. It truly does not care what you love, what you don't love. It doesn't care what grows you and what doesn't grow you. What the algorithm is looking for is, what are you interacting with? Because whatever that is that has your attention, it's interested in that. It's interested in whatever you're interested in, because it wants your interest. In other words, it wants your focus. It wants you to keep investing your time with it, because the more time you spend on social media platforms, the more advertising revenue they have. So literally your time is worth gold to them. So what keeps you there? See, for a lot of people, they're going to watch a piece of content, for example, and it's going to rile them. They're going to say, oh, the gall of this person. They're going to re-watch it just to make sure, did that person really say that? Then they're going to tell their friends about it. They're going to thumbs down the video. They're going to comment on the video. In other words, they're going to start interacting with the thing that's upset them, the thing that's triggered them. So now what the algorithm has understood is, this is your frequency. Being triggered, being in the state of outrage, this is your space. This is your resonance. And so what the algorithm is going to do is, it's going to keep you there by continuing to show you the thing that you're interacting with. So let's just say, because I've had this before, I've had people, and it is just funny. I've had people leave comments on my videos before saying, I wish that I would stop seeing spiritual videos, or Kerry, I wish I would stop seeing you. How does the algorithm make me stop seeing you, Kerry? Well, first of all, you block me. But secondly, stop commenting, stop interacting, because the algorithm is set up to give you more of what you focus on, just like the universe does. Now, is the penny dropping? And are you seeing the parallel? The universe does the same thing. The universe says, so that is where your attention is. So I'm going to keep feeding you the thing that has your focus, the thing that has your attention. I'm going to keep on delivering that to you, just like the algorithm is designed to do. Except there's a fundamental difference, and that is, the algorithm doesn't care about your growth. The algorithm is designed to keep you where you are, and in fact not challenge your growth. The universe is the exact opposite. The universe is going to keep reflecting back to you what you're focusing on, so that you can grow. So the innate loving intelligence of the universe that wants you to see yourself is very different to AI. AI and the algorithm doesn't want you to see yourself. The universe does. So there certainly are differences, but you can see that the premise of how you interact with the world, where your focus goes, you can see how the premise is the same for both of them. And it's simple. Where is your focus? So ask yourself the question now, where is my focus? And when you ask yourself this divine question, where is my focus? You also get to ask yourself, where could it be? And what if, now we're going to get to some exciting stuff. What if I focused on a higher outcome? Not with a sense of longing, because I know there's going to be questions about what I've said, and I want to answer the questions before you even ask them. So don't go in with this longing, yearning. Oh, I don't have, for example, okay, this is just hypothetical. I don't have money and I really want money, and I'm going to focus on the money that I wish that I had. But the underlying driving factor is the money I don't have. See, your focus would still be on the money you don't have. So now's the tricky question that a lot of you are going to ask, and you're going to go, oh. So what you're saying, Kerry, is I mustn't focus on the stuff I don't want. That is a fundamental misunderstanding. And I'm so glad we're going to get to clear this one up, because this is where the secret, the law of attraction, led people down a garden path that was a dead end as far as growth is concerned. Because a lot of people came up with the conclusion, don't focus, ignore, reject, just don't see it. It doesn't exist. Pretend it doesn't exist. Denial and resistance became the toolkit and the arsenal of people engaging with conscious reality creation, and those were the wrong tools. So, no, don't ignore the pain. Don't ignore. Again, let's use the hypothetical example I gave you. I've got a bank balance. It's pretty shitty. It's upsetting me. I don't like the bank balance. I want it to be different. Even if you're focusing on millions coming into your bank account, remember what I said earlier. If the underlying energy is, oh, look at what I don't have, the lack, the pain, the shortfall, if that's where your focus is, then that is what's driving your creation. So look at the fundamental focus behind everything you want. Is the focal point a point of pain? Is the focal point a point of lack? Is the focal point something you don't have? Because that's what you're focusing on, and therefore what you're going to create. But here's something even more powerful, even more important that I really want you to understand, and it's this. If you allow yourself not to resist, ignore, deny, repel, reject, push away the thing that you've now noticed, I'm focusing on lack. Instead, understand your power as an alchemist. Your power as an alchemist is to focus on that thing with acceptance so that you can release it, not reject it, so that you can alchemize the lack, still using that example, so you can alchemize the lack into the potential of abundance, into the potential of enoughness. And, of course, the resultant enoughness in everything else, all other spheres of your life. Because this is what happens when you create organically. You never create one thing. Again, this is a fundamental fault with law of attraction, the secret, all that stuff. It teaches you to focus on one thing. The universe doesn't work that way. There is no, we're first going to get this. Tick a list. Checkbox. Okay, next, let's move on. No, the universe wants to give you everything at once because that's the nature of the universe. It's abundance. Haven't you noticed when your life goes awry and things go bad, it also happens all at once? That's because everything is organically interconnected. So you cannot possibly focus on enough money without focusing on enough self-worth, without focusing on enoughness in your relationship to yourself and everywhere else. Everything is interrelated. Everything is an organic web of connection and interrelationship to all other creation. It's beautiful, but now you need to understand, okay, so this is the way the universe works. It wants me not to judge myself, condemn, resist, and disallow something. Instead, it wants me to discharge. Oh, that one word, discharge. Discharge the emotional pain, discharge the lack, discharge the grief, discharge the sorrow. Discharge means release, means alchemize. That's the magic ingredient that everyone's missing. How do we move from an emotion that you've identified, or a feeling you've identified, or a thought that you've identified, a something that is causing you pain and lack? How do you not focus on this thing? You don't. It's like me saying, you know that pink elephant? Whatever you do, don't look at the pink elephant. Don't think of the pink elephant. Obviously, you're going to start thinking, gee, really, pink elephant? It's just the way the mind works. It's the way the mind is wired. It's how the false matrix kept you a prisoner for so long. But if you understand, for example, that's how the algorithm works. That's how the universe works. This is how creation works. This is how acceptance works. This is how discharging works. It is, it's okay to think of a pink elephant. Hypothetical example again. It's okay to think of the bad bank balance, provided I don't judge it. See, it's the judgment that entangles you to that thing. It's the judgment that creates a karmic bond between you and the thing that you don't want. So the opposite of judgment is acceptance. A lot of people think the opposite of judgment is non-judgment. That's not the case. The opposite of judgment is acceptance. So now Can I accept that this is where I am? Can I accept that this is my bank balance, my relationship status, my job status, my whatever it is? Can I accept? But understand what acceptance means. Acceptance does not mean I like it, I condone it, and I want more of it. Acceptance simply means I'm not fighting, I'm not pushing against, I'm not repelling, I'm not rejecting. I am acknowledging. Even if I don't like what I see, even if I don't like what I acknowledge, when I acknowledge this thing, it doesn't have power over me. Instead, it's neutralized. Another word deeply, deeply misconstrued, misunderstood by the human mind. Neutral is not apathy. To neutralize something or be neutral about something doesn't mean I don't care, I'm apathetic, whatever. That's not neutrality. Neutrality is the acceptance of what is. It is the degree of the acceptance. And when that acceptance becomes very unconditional, that is when you're in true neutrality. And neutrality is the building stuff of creation. It's the building block of creation. That's how you access potential. It's when you're not coming from a place of desperation. I want. Instead, you're coming from a neutral. This is. Now, do you see why I told you acceptance was so important? Because if I can accept, again, hypothetical example, if I can accept the low bank balance, guess what else I can do? Guess what else I can do? I can accept the millions. Because let me tell you something that I've seen time and time again. I've seen somebody create out of fresh air the reality they really wanted of abundance, of a gorgeous relationship, a new car, a new job, and absolutely sabotage it. Do you know why? Because they couldn't accept the miracle, the goodness, the sheer splendor, the wonder. So your ability to accept is priceless. For those of you who are members of my online community, do yourself this favor. Type the word acceptance into the search bar in the Plasma Live Call library. That's our online library. You're going to get a number of masterclasses on acceptance. Then do yourself the next favor. Type the word emotion. Emotion or emotions, just see what comes up. Again, a whole list of videos. Take those two lists, the list of acceptance, the list of emotions, and you are going to bring yourself to the brink of a higher reckoning. I have laid the foundation. I have given you guys so much information. My job here on social media is to give information openly and freely to everybody. My online community, that's the real focus work. That's where the masterclasses are held. So let me direct you there if that is where your next step is and if that is what is calling you. I want to give you the secrets. I don't want you to walk around and go, I don't know how life works. Oh, the universe has all the power. Oh, the algorithm has all the power. No, you have all the power, but you've got to know how to access the wisdom, the power, the sheer creative ability that you have from my heart all the way into yours. I do hope you feel it. By the way, I've just got to let you know, today I've got a power failure. I have got one light on. So I'm sitting in my studio recording this for you on 10% battery. Gosh, I hope it doesn't cut out in this last little moment of me saying goodbye to you. I just had this in my heart. I just had this I've got to share it with you guys today. So please share it with your friends. I hope that you loved this information and that it really shifted something for you. And more importantly, that it shifted you into your power. Mwah. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye for now.